Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, this is Stephanie Hare coming to you live from my beautiful kitchen here in the Pacific Northwest. This is a beautiful place. I am living and I also am a Californian, so I have a really kind of dual life going on here. I have the best of both worlds. And I am a restaurateur for over 40 years, and I've worked in the hospitality industry as well as I have my 7th restaurant. So I'm very excited, and over these last few years I've always been into health since my early 20s because I grew up on the standard American diet, which was not very healthy. So I learned to really switch up my diet in my 20s. Actually, it was that late in the game because I just said, you know what, I don't want to live a life being sick and debilitated over food. So I knew there was a better way to go. And I started diving more into fresh vegetables and things like that. But it took me full circle until about 10 years ago to really start getting into vegan cooking. And I'm having a ball with it, and I eat that way most of the time. And in turn, I have lost weight, and my numbers, my lab work is down. But not only me, but my boyfriend Frank, we got together about 5 years ago, and he started really enjoying vegan cooking, and so he asked me to cook more that way, and he lost about 30 pounds, and his doctor was amazed and wanted to know, how did he bring his good cholesterol up so much? How did he bring his blood pressure down? The guy couldn't believe it, and you know, Frank told him, well, we eat vegan most of the time. And so that's a really great way to eat, even if it's just for a couple days a week. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to eat vegan every second. You can, you know, have a couple meals, you know, plant-based a couple days a week, and that will really help your diet to be better. We eat too much animal products and too much animal fat, and there's a lot of evidence out there now that really supports this. So what I find is most people think that you can't eat a very tasty meal or a fulfilling, satisfying, hot meal, and that's why I like to cook, to show you that we can. So today I'm excited. I'm going to be making lentil soup. It has been storming here, it's been hailing, raining, and you know, it's been a great day to lounge around and really listen to the storminess, the rain, and of course that makes me want to make a soup. So I looked around, I've got lentils in here, and I'm going to make a salad to go with it. So let's get started. I have 1 pound of beautiful lentils. I've already rinsed. You want to rinse them, but you do not have to soak them. I've got 1 large yellow onion, 1 zucchini I'm adding for a little more veggies in it, and I've got 3 carrots, about 4 to 5 pieces of celery, stalks of celery, and this is going to be the base for the soup, and I've got a couple cloves of garlic. Try to use organic ingredients as much as you can, and if you can't find them, use conventional. It's okay. Everything's okay. Whatever you want to do. You don't need to beat yourself up about it. The main thing is if you're eating some fresh veggies and plant-based, even if it's not organic, it's going to be good for you, okay? So I've also, for my salad, I've got some delicious romaine here. I also have some very fun baby greens that I grew myself. I have a tower garden in the restaurant, which is a hydroponic growing system, and every day I'm clipping off these beautiful baby greens, and so I brought some home because it's my day off, and that way we can enjoy them. If you're watching me right now, please let me know that you're there. Say hello, send me some hearts, send me some likes, and remember, always share my videos. I'm so excited. I haven't done this cooking show in about 2 years, I think, during COVID. I might have done it, I lost track, but I was on a journey myself of education, more education in my coaching business. I'm a transformation success coach, and I also really went into immersion in education over COVID for 2020, and I really started learning more about toxins. I'm trying to get my whole house green with products because some of these cleaning products are bad. So I'm really stepping it up, but I lost 26 pounds by really changing some of the things that I eat and the way I eat and the time that I eat. So we've also, to add to this delicious green salad, I've got some fresh grapes, I've got some blueberries here, they're delicious in a salad, some fresh strawberries, some pineapple, some cantaloupe, and some sliced oranges, and that is all going to go in the salad. But we are going to get this soup going before anything. So right now I am going to, I've already washed and cleaned the celery, so I am going to chop it up, and I like a medium chop. I like it to be a little chunky. I don't want it to be minced, so I'm going to chop it by hand and not use a processor because of the effect that I like. I like a rustic soup that has nice vegetables in it and delicious bites, not minced, not just pureed, but nice chunks so that we have some delicious soup. This is also called a mirepoix. This is celery, onion, and carrot, which is the basic start of most soups. And it's a delicious way to really start off all your soups. It's very important and one of my favorites to add. And so celery is really good for you. That's one thing I discovered, how good celery juice is for you, for detoxifying your liver. So I've learned a lot since the last time I was with you at Girls Gone Vegan, and I really had to own up to the fact that I was too heavy and had gained a lot of weight over the last few years, and I had to really say, you know what, you got to get moving, girl. You need to start eating better, and that's exactly what I did. And we started adding smoothies to our menu every day in the mornings, and we started drinking lemon water, and we started drinking celery juice. And that's a tricky one because a lot of people don't really like the taste of it. So some people, it takes a little while for them to adapt to liking it, but I found I liked it. For me, since I've had my restaurant, I've kind of gotten off track because it's really what you need to do first thing in the morning. Is the first hour, drink a big 16-ounce glass of water with lemon. That will detoxify you, all your liver from whatever you ate the night before. So you don't want to really eat for the first 2 hours. And that's what really fired up my metabolism, and how I lost my weight was I started following that plan. And you can find that in Anthony Williams' The Medical Medium book. And that's where we went on a cleanse. I did a 9-day cleanse, and then it was a great start to then kind of getting less caffeine in my body. And you drink a glass of water, then you drink the celery juice, and then you drink a smoothie, and then you can have stuff. And that's several hours after you wake up, depending on what time you wake up. But it really worked good for me. But now that I am at the restaurant all the time, I don't have a juicer there yet. So that's something I need to get because I'm not consistently doing it. But you can make the celery juice ahead of time. So I've got a beautiful heavy pot here that my daughter got me for Christmas. And I'm going to get it on a medium heat and add some oil to it. I'm using an organic sunflower oil for this. And we're going to saute the veggies, the mirepoix, and go from there. So I've got my celery right here, so that's really nice. And I've got a little dish. It's good to have a little dish for your little garbage. I'll also get a bowl to put things in until this oil gets hot. So I'm going to go ahead and get my chopped up celery. And it's, like I said, it's not finely chopped. It's just nice little bite-sized bits. Okay, now for the carrots, I already washed them, and I just take my knife instead of a peeler and just kind of scrape the peel a little bit. But I'm going to cut them in half and then into long strips, and then I'm going to dice these up in some nice little bite-sized pieces. So I'm so happy to be back. I've thought about doing this for a long time, but I've been going through a huge transformation this last year, getting a restaurant event center and getting that up and running. I had been visually working on it in my head for the year before that because I found it during 2020. But now it's all up and running, 9 months into it, I've done a retreat there with my coaching business called the Divine Convergence, where mindset and nature collide. And that was really fun, a 4-day retreat. But I'm also doing private parties and events. And then we serve breakfast and lunch 4 days a week. And the beautiful thing is, because of Girls Gone Vegan, I created my pinto burger, my black bean burger, and my beet burger. And it started on my health journey a few years ago when I was looking for a really great garden burger. And I started with the beet burger, and then I moved to the rest. And now I have those at Stephanie's restaurant. And it's a really great thing to have because you can make them in bulk. I set up 3 big bowls of all the ingredients, and I will make them here on this show. And then I wrap each one individually and freeze them, so you always have burgers in the freezer when you want to get your burger fix. And they are delicious. And I'm so excited to actually create a product that can be sold all through the United States. And that's one of my goals, is to create a product of these garden burgers that can be sold in bulk and be shipped to you frozen, where you can enjoy them in your home too. And I will have my own product line. So that is something that is coming, I'm working towards, and I'm excited about that. The beautiful thing is to have them in the restaurant where people can have them and they really like having the varied choices of it. I hear that my oil is getting hot, so let's go ahead and get this in here. Get that sauteing. And we'll get a nice spoon here. And nothing is so good as when you start a soup and you start smelling all the ingredients. The next thing I want to get is this onion, but I like to get all the hard ingredients in first. So the carrot takes longer to cook, the celery takes longer to cook, and the onion is a little bit faster, and that's kind of how I saute certain items for this. So that is really cool. So I have been having a great couple years since I saw you last. Some of you still follow me, and maybe some of you don't, but I have been 5 years in coaching, and I've really been having a great time. And you know, when you are a coach, you really are sharing with people what you've gone through and the transformations you have led yourself through, and then you are able to lead others who are ready to lead themselves to a better life. And that's what I've been doing. And you know, at 67 years old, I'm very happy. I'm a mother, a grandmother of almost 5, and have a very wonderful relationship, as well as the relationships with my family, my kids, my ex-husband. They are all very healthy and good and wonderful. But my new partner, Frank, is you know, wonderful, and he is a result of me doing all my inner work and really working on every day. It's not just a one-day deal. It's a constant lifestyle when you really decide to change your life and step up and go through transformation to be your best self. You start really paying attention to your thoughts, your conversation, your actions, and what you do. And I'll tell you, it pays off, because that's why I'm sitting here right now with all the things going that I have, is because I have really diligently been working hard towards being my best self first. It's all for, you know, being good to myself, and then sharing my experiences to help the other people that are similar. I see there's a lot of women out there that are just really in their 50s, and it seems to happen a lot in your 50s, that they are, you know, stuck, they're just kind of bored, they don't know what's going on, they're maybe had big careers, they've done a lot, but now they're just kind of like not sure what the next move is. And what I'm here to tell you is that, you know, the sky isn't even the limit. You can recreate yourself, you can recreate your life, you can move, you can start a new business, you can do things that you love, and that is what you're supposed to be doing, is do what you're passionate about. I'm passionate about people, I'm passionate about food. Cooking is my love language, how I share with people. I've been cooking since I was 14 years old, and as a young woman, I would cook for all my friends and come up with really great things, not knowing that I was going to be a restaurateur, but just knowing that I love to do it. And it was something that I was good at, and so now I am taking it further. Ryan, hello! How are you, hon? I think we've got Las Vegas there in the house, which is nice. So as I said before, I'm cutting this in rustic bites. It doesn't have to be super small, and that way it's going to give some substance to the soup. I'm making lentil soup today, Ryan, a vegan soup, and with lentils and zucchini, carrots, onion. Whew, the onions are strong, and some celery with a really nice, delicious green salad with some of the greens that I have grown hydroponically in my tower garden that's in the restaurant with these little baby greens. And I tell you, it's so wonderful because they really, really grow fast, and you have to really, I just go over there and eat off it. Okay, so let's give this a stir. So I've got in my pot here, see, it's not too hot. I have got my mirepoix, which is celery, onion, carrot. That is the basic of most soups. So we're going to saute this and go. My twist on this is that I'm adding, for some extra veggies, I'm adding some zucchini. Why not? Why not? Add a little more veggies in there. It's going to be great. So this is going to be a great meal on a rainy day. We've been having hail and rain all day, and I got out in the hot tub, which was great, and it looked like it was snowing there for a little while, but you know what? That's the days I like to have a nice slow-cooked meal going on. And so this isn't actually a slow-cooked meal, but it fills the whole house with a delicious aroma, and it really makes it feel so homey when you have something cooking on the stove instead of just cooking something fast or going and getting stuff. Let's see, Ryan's here. Who else is here? Oh, okay, right. Your kiddos, our kiddos went pescatarian. Oh, okay, I know, lentil soup is delicious, huh? So, wow, your kids are pretty young too. That's pretty cool of them, Ryan, to love their veggies. You must be feeding them good. You must have introduced a lot of good stuff for them to do that. Again, this doesn't have to be cut super small. Just go ahead and get it in bite-sized chunks. Next, we're going to add the garlic and let it just cook a little bit longer, and then we're going to add the water. Lentils are great because it doesn't take that long to cook them. So it's not like regular beans where you have to cook for hours and hours and hours. Lentils will cook up pretty fast, and so in no time at all, we will have a delicious soup for tonight. And honestly, you know, in the restaurant I serve American food, everything, meats and everything, as well as vegan. But it's really fun when we get home and we say, what do we want to eat? And we come up with these really great vegan meals that make us feel good. And I just feel better when I eat vegan, so you know what? Why not? It's all about feeling good. We were meant to feel good, and so many people just focus on feeling bad, and instead, you should be celebrating all the times that you feel good. And today's Celebration Monday. It's my Celebration Monday. I always celebrate that I got through the week, took care of my obligations, and I've got the start of a new week, which is lots of opportunities and great things to happen. Okay, so now I'm going to do some garlic. I've got it here. I'm going to smash it down. A little trick I learned to get the skin off it. You just smash it down, and it pops right out of the skin. Then you can just chop it up, and I've got my little garbage bowl here for all the trimmings of everything. And I'm just going to do, again, a rough chop on this garlic and add that, and that's going to be great. Then I like to use Mrs. Dash. It's a great herb blender. If you have, I like to get a good organic herb blend. Right now, you know, where I go shop at, they don't have that great of deal. So I do use Mrs. Dash a lot because it's got a lot of really great herbs in it. Let's look at it for a minute. Let's see. So always drink some water. I've got my pineapple glass going here, which is always bringing me great luck. But Mrs. Dash, just a regular one. There's no salt in it, but there's dried onion, black pepper, parsley, celery seed, basil, marjoram, oregano, savory thyme, mustard, cumin, rosemary, cayenne, pepper, coriander, dried garlic, dried carrots. I use a lot of this in soups. Dried orange peel, dried tomato, lemon juice powder, oil of lemon. So there's all these great things in it. So I like to put a lot of that in there. Let's see. I haven't even opened this one. And when I make a vegetable soup, I use this a lot. And it's a great thing to put in a lot of different dishes that really is going to fire up the flavor, because you want a really good flavor. You don't want it bland, but you don't want to overkill with too much salt. Pepper is good, and I always salt just a little bit because you can't go back. You can't go back if you put too much salt, but you can add more if you want it. So I've got some kosher salt right here. I'm just going to do a couple pinches full on it. And then some fresh ground pepper right here. And get that going. And let that go just a little bit longer here. So I'm super excited. So as well as running the restaurant event center 4 days a week, I've started cooking classes locally on Tuesday nights. And I've done my third class, and it's really fun. It's hands-on in the restaurant, and it's really fun. I've got a 12-year-old all the way up to 70-year-olds in there, and everybody's having a good time. So this is a fun thing that I've been doing. I like to keep it interesting. I like to keep things going all the time, and that makes my life exciting. Okay, so I already have some water here in my teapot. I'm going to go ahead because this is already nice and sauteed. The veggies are getting soft, so I'm going to go ahead, add this water. And I've got my lentils right here, just 1 pound bag, and I'm going to add that to the soup. And there we go with that. And then we're going to stir it up. We're going to turn it up a little bit now that we've got everything in here. We're going to turn it up and really get it going. And I love my new pot that my daughter Harley got me. This is a cast iron. I think it's a Dutch oven. I don't know. Anyway, it's a cast iron pot that I just love. I made tamale pie in it the other night. Oh my gosh, it was great. Vegan tamale pie. Really wonderful. So now we've got this going. And let me just kind of bring the camera over and show you how that looks. Let's see, where are we at here? There it is. There it is. So that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. So I'm excited for that. And now I've probably messed up everything here. But you know, this is the thing. This is Messy Inspired Action. This is me doing everything myself. And it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. The main thing is that you can see me where I'm at here. So I'm happy for that. Now we're going to start getting ready for the salad. Now this is just going to cook. We don't have to worry about that. We're just going to let that go. And now I've got a nice big bowl here for my salad. Let's just wipe it out a second. There's something on it. Okay. We're going to make this delicious green salad, and you can make your own balsamic vinaigrette really easily with some balsamic, with some olive oil. I put some mustard in there. I use Italian seasoning, organic Italian seasoning, and just the mustard helps it to bond together and make it a little bit thicker. But today I'm just going to use some sesame ginger dressing that I already have in the house. So I'm just going to rip the lettuce into nice bite-sized pieces. And the baby greens I don't have to worry about because they are already a nice piece. So I'm going to go ahead and add. These are very delicate and wonderful baby greens. So fresh. You don't get this any fresher. Right off of my tower garden. Right off the old vine to say. So I'm going to put some grapes in here. And that's as easy as it takes, guys, to really have a delicious home-cooked meal that's healthy for you, it's affordable, and it's good. You don't have to slave all day. I've got this going. It's going to be ready in another probably half hour, 45 minutes. But you don't have to cook all day to have a delicious home-cooked meal. I've got some organic blueberries I'm going to put in here. We really like having fruit. It's a great way to add to your salads. We like having fruit in our salad, and it's a great way to just add more fruits and vegetables to your life. And who said you can't have it? Now, I've got some of these fruits here left over from the restaurant. We have lots of fruit there, so I bring them home. And so I'm just going to make sure we make smoothies with them, and we eat them, you know, for our days off, and we don't let anything go to waste. And then what we don't use, we put in the freezer, and then you can make smoothies later. So that's a really fun thing. But I'm going to cut up some fresh strawberries, and these strawberries, if I have too many strawberries, like right now I have enough, I just cut them off like this, and I put them in the freezer, and then I have them all ready for my smoothies. And another thing that I do, that I'm about to do, is I've got these brown bananas here. I'm going to peel them and wrap them and freeze them. Then they're ready to go into my smoothies, and so good for you. So it doesn't take much to eat healthy, guys. It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of money. It's a lot more affordable when you're not using meat. Meat is the expensive thing that really adds, you know, cholesterol and adds all kinds of things. Yes, there's protein, but there's lots of protein in actual plants. I'm going to add a little more of this delicious romaine to bulk it up a little bit. But I'm thinking, oh, I've also got a beautiful tomato here. I've got a red pepper. I'm just going to strip it into small little bite-sized strips. Delicious. The more colorful your food is, guys, the better it is for you. So I'm Stephanie Hare, and this is Girls Gone Vegan with Stephanie Hare 2022 edition. I'm so happy to be back. If you'd like to join my group, Girls Gone Vegan with Stephanie Hare, I will be adding all the recipes from the new shows in there and all my old shows. I think there's 17 old shows. I'm going to put this delicious tomato in there. So it's Girls Gone Vegan with Stephanie Hare. Join that group, and the recipes are there. There's new stuff, but here we go. I'm going to add some avocado. It's so good for you. To the salad. We love our avocado. And for something like this, I want it in bigger chunks. So I'm just chunking it up, and then I'm just putting it there. I'm going to use the whole avocado because we really like it a lot. And right now, Jude is saying something to me. It's hard to read right now, Jude. Sorry, I will check it out in a second. So here, I've got the soup boiling. You just keep adding water to it as it simmers. It's very simple. And I tell you, so in pretty much a half hour, I have got my dinner almost done. All I have to do is watch the rest of the soup for another probably 45 minutes, stir it, and just keep adding the water as I go. And then I am set to go. So I tell you, that's how easy it is to eat healthier and more affordably and without all the ingredients. So I've got a boil here. I'm going to add a little more water right now. And I'm going to turn her down a little bit because it doesn't need to be this hot. Turn it down to about medium so it doesn't boil over. But anyway, look at, I've got the fresh salad that I'm going to put the vinaigrette on. And it is going to be a delicious dinner tonight within the next hour. So I'm Stephanie Hare, and thank you for watching Girls Gone Vegan with Stephanie Hare. Join my group, Girls Gone Vegan. And like I said, there's probably 17 old episodes because I started doing this a few years ago. But this is episode 1 of Girls Gone Vegan 2022. So I'm so excited. Thank you for watching. Share my videos, and please message me if you have any questions about how you can switch up your meals and make them more healthy and add more vegan and plant-based meals to your week. I tell you, you will be excited, and wait till you see the results of eating better. I'm Stephanie Hare. I'll be back again. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to live in passion and always take care of yourself, love yourself, and work towards your best self ever.